morning, children. I hope you have revised your yesterday's lecture. Okay, so yesterday we were discussing about rational numbers and we were discussing about the closure property. Okay, so yesterday we studied about closure property. For whole numbers and integers. Today we are going to study the closure property for rational numbers. So let us see. Is it true for addition? Suppose if I say 2 upon 3 plus 4 upon 5. Okay? 2 upon 3 plus 4 upon 5. When you add two rational numbers, will the answer be a rational number? Yes, 5 2s are 10 plus 12 upon 15, that is equal to 22 upon 15. So yes, it is closed under addition. Fine. So closure property for rational numbers, it is closed under addition. Closed under addition means what? That when you add any two rational numbers, then the answer is also a rational number. You will always get the answer as a rational number. So we can say that it is closed under addition. Similarly, let us see for subtraction. Suppose if I say 4 upon 5 minus 1 upon 3. Suppose if I say this, it will be 12 minus 5 upon 15. That is 7 upon 15. Yes, again when I do the subtraction of any two rational numbers, the answer that I get is also a rational number. So it is closed under subtraction. Similar, let us see multiplication. Upon 5 multiplied by 2 upon 3. So that is equal to 4 2s are 8, 5 3s are 15. So 8 upon 15. Yes, again we got a rational number. Okay, fine. So it is also closed under multiplication. And let us see division. 2 upon 3 divided by minus 3 upon 2, suppose. Okay, so 3 upon, so you get the answer as, suppose 1. 2 upon 3 divided by 3 upon 2. No, sorry. That is equal to, suppose 2 upon 3 divided by 3 upon 2. Whatever answer you get over here, suppose 2 upon 3 divided by 3 upon 2. So you get here and this goes here, you get the answer as 4 upon 9. So it is a rational number, but you will not always get answer true for rational numbers because 4 divided by 0. Suppose if I say 4 divided by 0. Rational numbers means what? Rational numbers means what? All the positive numbers, which you can, the numbers which you can give the form of P upon Q where Q is not equal to 0. But here if I say 4 divided by 0, so Q becomes 0, so which is not. Can you do 4 divided by 0? No, you cannot do. Fine. So it is not closed under division. Okay, it is not closed under division. So closure property for rational numbers. It is closed for addition, subtraction and multiplication, but it is not true for division. Understood? Okay, so you can see on page number 4 in your textbook, the table which is given at the end of page number 4. The table which is given at the end of page number 4. We are just doing, remember, we are just doing our first property, that is closure property. We are just doing our first property of closure property, that is numbers are given to you, rational numbers, then integers, whole numbers and natural numbers. Okay, now you just have to write that is it closed under addition? We have done subtraction, multiplication and division. Now what did we see in rational numbers? That it is true, or it is true for addition, it is true for subtraction, for multiplication, but not for division, for rational numbers. Then for integers, what did we see in integers? In integers, it is true for addition. Then you can go through it. See on page number 1, 2 if you forgot. For integers, what did we see? It is true for addition, it is true for subtraction, it is true for multiplication, but not for division. And similarly for whole numbers, right? For whole numbers, what did we see? It is true for addition, but it is not true for subtraction. It is true for addition, not true for subtraction. For multiplication it is true and not for division. And similarly for natural numbers means all the numbers starting from 1. So it is true for addition, it is not true for subtraction, it is true for multiplication and not for division. Understood? Okay, so this table suggests only the first property, that is the closure property of the 4 types of numbers. So this is just, we have studied only the first property, that is the closure property. So you just have to know what is the closure property. Closure property suggests that when you add, when you subtract, when you multiply and when you divide any 2 numbers, whether they are rational, integers, whole or natural, do you get the answer as that respective number? If I am adding 2 integers, do I get the answer as an integer? If it is yes, I say that closure property for addition in integers is closed, like that way. Understood? Okay, so now we move on to our next property, that is commutative property. Our next property is commutative property. Again, commutative property you have to check for all the types of numbers. Okay, commutative property. Look on page number 5. Commutative property. Now what does commutative property suggest? That when you reverse the order of the numbers, the answer remains the same. That is commutative property. What is commutative property? A plus B is equal to B plus A. Right? That is the commutative property. One second. A plus B is equal to B plus A. Fine. So suppose if I start with addition. Now we are saying commutative property for whole numbers. Now for addition, suppose if I say 3 plus 0 is equal to 0 plus 3, right? So it is true for addition. Suppose if I say subtraction, 3 minus 0 is not equal to 0 minus 3. Why? Because 3 minus 0 is 3 and 0 minus 3 is minus 3. So it is not true for subtraction. Similarly, for multiplication, 3 multiplied by 4 is equal to 4 multiplied by 3. So it is true, right? When I reverse the order of any two whole numbers and do the multiplication, what is the result? The result is the same. 4 3s are you do or 3 4s are you do. Your answer is going to be 12. So it is true for multiplication. Now can you tell me for division? If I do 3 upon 4, 3 upon 4 you will get the answer and 4 upon 3 you will get the answer. Will both the answers be same? Yes? Will both the answers be same? No, it is not going to be same. Why? Because here the numerator and denominators are getting interchanged. So obviously the answers are going to be different. So it is not closed under, it is not commutative, right? So for whole numbers, the commutative property is true for addition and subtraction, addition and multiplication, but it is not true for division and subtraction. Understood? So this we studied commutative property for whole numbers. Similarly, you will have the commutative properties for rational numbers or integers. So you can look on page number 5. For integers, you can see addition. The addition is commutative, subtraction is not, again multiplication is commutative and division is not commutative. Similarly, for rational numbers, it applies. You can see on page number 6. On page number 6, you can see that for addition, in rational numbers, it is true for addition. It is not true for subtraction. It is true for multiplication and it is not true for division. Understood? So commutativity or commutative property is true for addition and subtraction, addition and multiplication, but it is not true for subtraction and division for whole numbers, integers, rational numbers. Understood? So this was the second property of commutative. You can see here on page number 5 the table which is given. Okay, so rational numbers. In rational numbers you can see addition it is written yes. For subtraction you have to write no. Then for multiplication yes, and for division no. Similarly goes with integers, whole numbers and natural numbers. Okay, so you please finish this table. Understood? Now we come to the third property, that is associative property. Now first of all you should know what is the meaning of associative property. Then we will discuss all the properties again in short, but you should know what does this property mean. Okay, now is associative property. I will just write the general form. Associative property means when any three numbers are given and when you group them, suppose if I do a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. So children, what does this bracket suggest? When I say a plus b into bracket plus c, what does this bracket suggest? Can anybody tell me what does this bracket suggest? Yes, bracket suggest means what does we have to perform a plus b first, and here we have to perform b plus c first. So suppose if I give you this 2 plus 3 plus 5, then I have to perform this first. 2 plus 3 is 5, so answer of this is 5. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. If I write like this way, 2 plus 3 plus 5, then I have to perform this first. So 2 plus 3 plus 5 is 8, that is equal to 10, like this way. So what does associative property in general mean? That when the grouping of numbers is done, and if the groups are interchanged, then also answer remains the same. Here I have interchanged the groups. Here I have grouped A and B, and here I have grouped B and C. Fine. I have changed the group, but then also I have got the answer as same. Here I have done 2 plus 3 first. Here I have done 3 plus 5 first. But then also, in spite of changing the groups, I have got the answer as the same. Fine. So, this is the associative property, and then one by one we will see whether in multiplication or addition or subtraction, when I change the groups, do I get the same answer. But for you it is important that in associative property, what we have to do, we have to change the groups and check that when changing the groups, do I get the same answer or do I get different? Right? If you get the same answer, then it is true for associativity, and if you get a different answer, then it does not exist, or it is not true for the associative property. Fine? So this is the general form of associative property. Changing of groups. Fine? So let us see for whole numbers. So for whole numbers, you can see that for addition it is true. For subtraction it is not true, for multiplication it is true, and for division is not true for whole numbers. Similarly, for integers you can check out page number 7. For integers addition is true, subtraction is not true, multiplication is true, and division is not true. So associativity holds true for addition and multiplication, and it does not hold true for subtraction and division. For which numbers? For integers and for whole numbers. Okay? Children, every now and then you have to keep in mind what are natural numbers, what are whole numbers, what are integers, and what are rational numbers. Continuously you have to have in your mind. When I say integers, it should blink in your mind. Integers means all the negatives, all the positives, and 0. When I say rational numbers, it should blink in your mind that the number in the form of P upon Q, where Q is not equal to 0 and P is an integer. Natural numbers starting from 1 to positive infinity. Whole numbers starting from 0 to positive infinity. Right? Continuously all these things should be in your mind. Then only you will be able to decide whether the given properties are true for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay? So you have to have these basics clear in your mind. Fine? Okay, turn the page. Page number 8 comes now the rational numbers. Now for rational numbers, again it is true for addition. It is not true for subtraction, it is true for multiplication, and it is not true for division. Okay? So, once again, associativity for all the numbers, all the kinds of numbers is true for addition and multiplication. It is not true for division and subtraction. Understood till here, everybody? Okay? So, we will take a quick recap of the 3 kinds of properties that we have studied. Okay? The 3 types of properties. So first is closure property. What is the general form? A plus B is equal to C, where A, B and C are whatever numbers. Okay? Closure property means when you add 2 numbers, then the answer is also the type of number which you have decided. If you add 2 whole numbers, answer should be also whole number. When you add 2 natural numbers, answer is also natural number, and so on. So that is the closure property. Second is commutative property. What is the general form of commutative property? A plus B is equal to B plus A. Means when you When you reverse the order, then also the answer remains the same, or answer does not change. If the answer remains the same, that property is true. And if the answer remains, if the answer has a change or has a difference, then that property is not true for the respective number. So that is commutative property. And the third one is associative property. Associative property means when you change the groups, then also answer remains the same. Whether you add A and B first and then C, or you add B and C first and then add A. Okay, the answer. If the answer remains same, then associative property is true. And if the answer has a difference, then it is not true. Okay, so these are the three main properties. The general forms, if you remember in this way, will be easy for you. Okay, commutative means you should have in your mind changing the order. Associative property means again it should blink in your mind changing the order of the groups. Okay, and closure property means just adding any type of two numbers, adding or subtracting any type of two numbers, then the answer that you get is also the type of the number that you have taken. Okay, fine. So it is all for today's class. Please children go through all these properties and complete the tables in your notebook. Okay, the last tables, the generalized tables which are given. So you will have 3 tables for each property. So please finish it in your notebook. We have already done in the textbook. Just copy those 3 tables in your notebook. Okay, so we'll continue with example 1 tomorrow in the next class. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.